Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is l0nghAuler bringing you a game of Headquarters on Grid. I've never posted a Headquarters game on my channel. I only recently started playing it because it's basically this game and Search and Destroy. I think if you're really good at Search and Destroy are the best games to rank up with, especially if you're playing with a good group and a good team, which I am here. I'm playing with the normal guys that I usually play with. If you notice, the intro to this video was a little bit different. Thanks again to Electrorules. He did this intro as well. He gave it to me at the same time, but this is going to be my core values episode 2, and it's going to discuss racism. But before I get into that, I wanted to touch on a few other things. I know in a video that I put up before the holiday, I had mentioned starting up a weekly live stream. I don't think that that's going to happen. I apologize. It was an idea, and I think a lot of people were looking forward to it, but with the twins here in the next couple weeks, I just don't honestly think I'm going to have time to do it. We still have a ton of shit to do around the house to get ready for them, so most of my free time is going to be spent, you know, babyizing or whatever the fuck you call it, washing clothes, making sure everything's ready for when we come home. So I do want to do a couple of open lobbies, and they're gonna have to be kind of on a moment's notice, so I will announce open lobbies. I know a couple of us had talked about it or doing one this weekend. Hopefully we can get that done sometime on Saturday, but in order to participate, you guys need to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description, because that's just the easiest way for me to post that we're going to be doing open lobbies. Then I'm not going to really well, I'm not going to go into what they're going to be, because honestly I don't know. They should be sometime on Saturday. Should be the first one, and there'll be a couple guests there as well. But so that's it for that. So what the basis of this video is for me to talk about racism. And for all you guys that don't know, I'm a white guy. I'm a 30-year-old white guy. Grew up in middle-class suburbia. But here recently, I don't know what's been going on. Maybe it's just I've been lucky to not really run into this before, but it just seems recently in the lobbies that there's just a flood of people that want to come in there and spit out racial stereotypes or you know, make racist comments for no apparent reason. And I'm just getting sick and tired of it. And you know, I'm not here to preach, and I'm not here to be your mom or your dad, but what I am here to tell you is that what you say and do follows you around for a long time. And I'm not saying that in a way that maybe you guys think I'm saying it. For those who don't know, for the company that I work for, I also participate in recruitment and in background investigations for the people that we interview. And I know that some of you are very young and probably not thinking about this now, but everything that you post on the internet is tied to you, regardless of whether or not you how can I put this? Regardless of whether or not you're using your real name. You know, if you're using an Xbox Live gamer tag, there's still IP addresses that can be traced and stitched back together. And it just depends on how a company really wants to investigate its future hires or its employees, and the government can do the exact same thing. And I know this for a fact because I do it. Many times I've come across people that we were about to hire and track them down on Facebook, and if your Facebook's linked to you know, online gaming accounts like your PSN or your Xbox Live account, it's really easy to find, especially with Google, it's really easy to find out a lot about a person without having to talk to them for 1 second. So a lot of this racist stuff that's going on right now, besides being just completely ignorant, can really harm your potential, I guess, in getting a job later down the road. If you get tagged as, I don't know, some, you know what I'm talking about. If you guys get the name, if your name starts getting associated with negative content, then it's going to make things a lot harder for you down the road. The other thing I wanted to say was all these racist comments and stereotypes, it doesn't make you a hard ass, period. There's no question about it. You know, your friends that are in the lobby with you might think it's funny, but it doesn't make you a hard ass. I've never been a victim of racism, but I can be sensitive to the fact that there are people that have been, and there are people that I know personally in, you know, my real life and online that have been. And, you know, it's the way that I look at it is this: everything that I do in my life, or most everything that I do in my life, I do for a benefit. It has to benefit me in some way, shape, or form. And being racist, in my opinion, has no benefit in your life growth or your growth as a person. And whether people like it or not, or whether people realize it or not, racist comments in a lobby, whether you're joking around or not, create kind of an overall description of who you are. And you may go out and you may save babies, and you may give birth to puppies, or whatever it is that you contribute to the world. Your racist comments delete all of those positive things, and you're looked at solely as a racist. And people may think that because you're behind a microphone and people can't see your face, that it doesn't apply to you. This commentary doesn't apply to you. But like I said, it's so easy to stitch comments that are posted in forums and on Xbox Live and things like that to who you really are as a person through social networking and through Google and through, you know, everything is saved on Microsoft servers. So just pay attention to what you're saying. And if you find yourself going down that path to where all you can think about is a racial stereotype or saying something like calling someone the N-word or anything like that, really step back and think, is this who I really want to be? And it's just complete ignorance and lack of, I guess, mental capacity to hold any sort of argumentative skills that you rely on racist comments like this. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is on the flip side of that. A lot of people have, and I've seen this a lot lately too, a lot of people take things that aren't racist and make them into a racism problem. We were in a lobby the other day, and I think someone said something like, "Kid, you're bad, you need to quit playing this game." And the response from the kid was, "Oh, I get it. Because I'm black, I don't deserve to play this game." No, that's being just as ignorant. I mean, don't think that everything that someone says is going to be a racist comment. And I'm not directing this towards any specific race or any specific gender. Just, you know, quit being so defensive about everything as well. And hopefully it will help keep a lot of these issues out of the lobbies. And I guess maybe it's because I'm an angry old man, or I'm just old and past this point where I think it's cool just to rip on people, but I'm sick and tired of it, and I hope you guys are too. So I'll leave you guys with the quote, and the quote is, "Racism is man's gravest threat to man. It's the maximum amount of hatred for the minimum amount of reason." So until next time, this has been Long Hauler's Core Values, and I think we're done here.